So let's check this out.
Intención jamás será la de ofender. Es algo que nunca logras entender.
It's in
Puedo
Spanish.
cambiar lo que decides ver. Ya lo intenté, ya me cansé. Piensas que me importa, pero ni te oí. A mí no me sobra tiempo como a ti. Es que aquí seguimos, pero yo me fui. Ya te leí, te dejo ahí. Vives como
Whoa.
mientras hablas, tú me pagas. No me digan que yo no puedo, siempre tomo lo que yo quiero. Yo no la beso, no muerdo un ataque directo al ego. No me digan que el regalado no es mi culpa, que siempre gano. Ya se nota que le niego un ataque directo al ego. Si me odias a mí.
Dude, that's such an interesting sound. It's like driven by a guitar riff, but it's kind of structured like electronic pop music. But the guitars sound sick. I like the filter that they have on that because it's like kind of driven by a cool riff, but it doesn't have the vibe of a riff so much.
Si me odias a mí.
The production is
Yo no
crazy.
quiero vivir así, yo ya te advertí. Yo no quiero vivir así. Si te digo y no me escuchas, mi voz se pierde en la lucha. Al final de cuentas cae la culpa sobre ti. Yo te advertí, yo te advertí. Abro puertas que tú cierras. Lloro, solo cobro. No me digan que yo no puedo, siempre tomo lo que yo quiero.
Yeah,
Yo no la
super
beso,
powerful.
no muerdo un ataque
That
directo.
octave riff right there.
No me digan que el regalado no es mi culpa, que siempre gano. Ya se nota que
Catchy melodies in the vocals too.
ataque directo al ego.
Dang, that scream. Powell's like straight up screaming in this, like Fry screams. It sounds like, dude, that riff is so cool. I just want to hear this whole section again. I'm not gonna make the comparison I always make because I always say it, but I love the way they're blending these heavy guitar riffs with like the electronic style. Oh. Tasty. Dang, that was cool. Dude, that's so cool. That's a good point, Elgon Williams. Like, there's so many different ways in music to create dynamics because really what makes something musical is the tension and release, You're constantly building tension and release that keeps the momentum driving forward. And there's a lot of ways to build that. And you don't need like these big complex chord progressions. You can work off of a couple of chords, and the way you work around them and the way you create the dynamics within them is, like, it's just so cool how flexible you can be with music and how many different directions you can take it. This feels like a completely new direction from The Warning here. It does have echoes of Muse, obviously, but like it's so their own flavor still. Like the way they're using those guitar riffs to create that really like almost it has the same feeling as like dubstep or like electronic EDM music, but it's played on guitars, which I just think is so cool. And then they're also throwing in these really interesting unison riffs in there. like the bass and guitar unison that they had in that section between Pow's screaming. That was just so sick. That. Ooh. Oh, right there. Dang. I love what Pow's doing on the drums too, when they're doing like that behind the nut screeching stuff. And what I mean by that, like the little short strings behind the nut, you do those to get that really tight, harsh. I'm guessing that's what they did there, but I love how Pow accents it, doing those little ghost notes on the snare, doing triplets. Like, oh, so tasteful. Such nice dynamic. And I want to reiterate, I'm not trying to detract from The Warning at all when I make comparisons to Muse. It's just because Muse was my favorite band growing up, and The Warning is inspired by them. Obviously, they've covered their music. Matt gifted her the guitar. Like, they opened for them before. You know, it's like they obviously are inspired by Muse. So it's really cool for me as a fan of both bands to see when there's inspiration. Like, this reminds me kind of Unsustainable from The Second Law, the way they're using the guitars, you know. So it's not to detract from The Warning at all. It's just, I'm just fanboying. That's all. Anyway, all right, sweet. I'm gonna let that outro play again. That riff is so sick. The intervals in there are awesome. Huge shout out to all these people that worked on this. Dang. But cool. Well, thanks for joining me while I check out this new Warning song. They've passed 1 million subscribers on YouTube. That's that's monumental, man. Huge milestone. Congratulations to The Warning for that. I mean, they are the definition of a grassroots band. You know, literally their entire lives they've been sharing their music with the world, and they've earned, you know, where they are now. It's just so cool to see that they just continue to keep growing and, you know, making such cool, interesting music.